Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to discuss about a topic that has left countless people confused, frustrated and even hopeless. Why do diets fail? You must have experienced it or you know someone who has. You start a diet, you are motivated, you lose weight and in some time the weight stalls or even worse, you regain the same amount of weight you lost. But why does this happen? You might feel it is because of lack of willpower or motivation. But what if I tell you it's not only willpower? Your body has designed an ancient, sophisticated defense system that is keeping you away from achieving your fat loss goals. And today we are going to discuss exactly about that. We are going to map out a plan which is going to help you lose fat in the long term. Now let's clear two terms, fat loss and weight loss. You see, fat loss is the loss of stored energy from your body's fat cells, also known as adipose tissue. And weight loss is the loss of fat, muscle or even water. To lose fat, you must be in a calorie deficit, which means you need to consume lesser calories and burn more calories. If you aren't able to lose fat on a calorie deficit, then by definition, you are not in a calorie deficit. It's the basic law of physics and you must follow that to achieve fat loss. Now for the shocking reality. Many of you who attempt to lose weight are pretty successful. In fact, studies show that if you want to lose 10% of your body weight, many people are able to achieve that. The problem is not weight loss, the problem is regaining that weight back. In fact, studies show that within 1 year you regain almost 50 to 70% of the weight you've lost. In 2 years, that number jumps to 85 to 90%. Within 3 years, it goes up all the way to 100%. That means in 3 years, you regain all the weight you've lost, and one third to two third gain more weight than they've lost. This cycle of losing weight, regaining it back, and often more weight is called as yo-yo dieting. And experts say that this is the single most detriment to fighting obesity. You might know someone or might have experienced it yourself where losing weight subsequently becomes very difficult on each attempt. In fact, studies on elite athletes who have to make weight and have to repeatedly diet show that they regain more weight than those athletes who diet frequently. This isn't your fault. It is your body's survival instincts that are kicking in. Your body treats dieting as controlled starvation. When you reduce calories, your body activates a self-defense system which consists of three components: defend, restore, and prevent. Defend means your body will slow down the rate of weight loss during the current diet period. Restore means it will increase the rate of weight gain once sufficient calories are provided post the diet period. And prevent means your body will reduce the chance of weight loss in the near future. Your body also has a concept of body set point, which means your body will have some amount of fat that is maintained to maintain a healthy metabolic profile. A central idea is the body set point, which means that everyone's body tries to maintain some amount of fat which is required for healthy living. Now, when you diet, your fat cells shrink and your body secretes a hormone called as leptin. The secretion of leptin decreases, which means your hunger levels rise and your metabolic rate it slows down. Now, once you have lost weight, then it's time to get back to the same old diet. And this is where most of you make this one mistake. Excess calories post the diet period will cause fat cell hyperplasia. Fat cell hyperplasia means the body has more fat cells and can store more energy. When this happens, your body set point, we had discussed about the body set point as everybody has a set point of fat that the body has to maintain. When your body will increase your set point, that means more fat is going to be stored, and that will make it more difficult to lose weight in the subsequent future. So this is something we need to avoid. We need to avoid this guy, excess calories, post the diet period. And now comes the most important part, that how do we actually take all these points and maintain a sustainable fat loss program that lasts for many decades. Now just stick with me. I know things might look a bit complicated, but we'll understand why this slowing of metabolism is happening. So let's take an example. I started my diet. Okay. So now what will happen is, from evolution point of view, our body thinks that when we go on a diet, outside there is no food, there is famine, there is drought. So your body starts thinking, okay, now I must conserve all the energy because I don't know when I'll get food the next time. So what it does, it goes into this concept of metabolic adaptation. So it will reduce your total daily energy expenditure. Now, what is total daily energy expenditure? This is the amount of energy that we are expending every day. The amount of walking or just studying or just sitting, sleeping. This is the amount of energy that is expended every single day by our bodies. Now, this has four components: BMR, NEAT, EAT, and TEF. So basal metabolic rate, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, exercise activity thermogenesis, and thermic effect of food. BMR is comprising 60% of this total energy expenditure. As I said, our body is thinking that outside there is no food, so it is trying to conserve all the energy. That is the reason it is lowering the TDE. And that is why weight loss becomes very difficult, because the concept of weight loss is what? Let me just clear one simple point. If you reduce your calories, that is, you induce a calorie deficit, you have to first of all know how much calories you are expending on a daily basis. By this, understanding this can be calculated by an online calculator, and then you have to reduce some calories and go into a calorie deficit. But your body is extremely smart. It is also reducing this total daily energy expenditure, and it is happening by reducing all these four components. So all these four components are getting reduced. Now, as I said, basal metabolic rate is basically the amount of energy that you're just at rest and expending at rest. Okay. Now let's go to non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This means I've been moving around, I've been just juggling in my legs and just keeping on moving, fidgeting. And have you noticed some people in your friend circle? They'll be like eating a lot of food, but they never become extremely fat, and that is because they are non-exercise. This component of NEAT is extremely high, and it is like 20%, but for them it is able to induce a calorie deficit, and hence they are not losing hence they are not gaining weight. So non-exercise activity thermogenesis is important, and these people who are normally fidgeting can have high levels of it. Exercise. Now exercise activity thermogenesis is the amount of energy you spend when you go to the gym, you exercise, you go out to play sports, cardio, whatever. But it is only 10%. So have you seen that many people misunderstand this? Like they have this fitness tracker and they say, oh, I have burned 600 calories going to the gym for 1 hour. I'm telling you, these fitness trackers are not at all accurate, and only 10% of the energy on a daily basis is spent in exercising. So exercise is important, make no mistake, but only 10% is being spent here. The last component is TEF, that is thermic effect of food. So whenever you eat some food, let's say I've eaten 100 calories of food. Now your body will spend some amount of energy breaking that food down, absorbing it, and then putting it into your stomach. So that is the amount of energy that is spent while assimilating food, and that is the TEF. Now, certain macronutrients like protein have a higher thermic effect of food, which is why they say that eating a high protein diet can help you lose weight, because when sometimes you binge eat on say chicken breast or Greek yogurt or eggs, you will see that that person is actually losing weight, and it is way more nuanced than this, but I'm just giving you a simple explanation that protein has a high thermic effect of food, and which is why it is contributing to your total daily energy expenditure. Now, when you go on a weight loss, all these four components are reduced. Okay, so your body is fighting that calorie deficit that you are trying to induce by eating a healthy and balanced diet. So that is why weight loss becomes very difficult, and most people get stuck in this loop of your body fighting against you, and it's not really because of your lack of willpower or dedication. Understanding this concept is extremely important when you plan your weight loss goals, because if you don't take in consideration all these factors, then you cannot have a sustainable plan towards fat loss. Now, the sustainable way to lose weight is following this 5-step method. So first, go to an online calculator and check your total daily energy expenditure. This can be accessed on any of the online calculators online, and they follow a similar equation. Step 2 will be eating 500 calories below this total daily energy expenditure. Okay. And step 3 is, how will you know that you're eating 500 calories below? You have to log your calories on an app like Chronometer or MyFitnessPal, whichever one works for you. The fourth step is you measure your body weight weekly. Actually, you can measure it daily and take an average of the week, average of the 7 days, and keep that as the weekly average. And step 5 is patience and assessments to break the plateau. So it's very important. See, what happens is that you get, most of you lose weight and then you'll stall the weight. And that is when you'll have to again assess and break the plateau by either increasing the exercise side of the equation or decreasing the calorie side of equation. You will have to make some adjustments to break that plateau, and a good coach will know how to do this exactly. So now you've understood every single thing about weight loss, metabolic adaptation, and finally you want to understand, how do I maintain a sustainable weight loss program? And these 6 points will help you achieve exactly that. So let's start with adherence. So you have to maintain a diet plan that you can maintain for a very long time. The best diet plan is the one you can follow for your life. And that is the central point, that adherence to your current plan is extremely important. Secondly, cognitive restraint and self-monitoring. Cognitive restraint is making smart choices, having smaller portion sizes, eating at home, prioritizing protein and fiber, keeping high quality carbs, not eating junk food. This is the aspect of cognitive restraint which will help you in achieving your fat loss goals. Second is self-monitoring. We spoke about measuring your body weight every single day, taking an average of that. Because what happens is, sometimes we eat food outside and the next day you figure out that you've gained 1 kg. Now that 1 kg could be because of your carbohydrates, it could be because of water retention, it could be because of salt retention, it could be because of sleep. So you don't have to stress over just one single day of weight gain, but maybe after 4 weeks, you notice that I've gained 3 kgs in the last month because of, going out and having friends dinner, every single thing. But now you realize the fact that you have gained 3 kgs, and that is because you have been monitoring your weight. And now you will make smart choices in the coming weeks to reduce your weight by maybe reducing your visits to the restaurant, or by, exercising a little bit more, or just making smart choices altogether. So that is why we need to self monitor. Flexible dieting. This flexible dieting is a whole video in itself. A beautiful book by Alan Aragon has been written on this, and we'll make a detailed review of the book. But flexible dieting is again smart choices, reducing portion sizes, and maintaining a long term plan. But it goes beyond this syllabus, and sometimes we say, if it fits your macros, you can have it. But that is not flexible dieting. And I want to make a detailed video on this rather than just keeping it a single point. And the next point is exercise. Now, exercise, have you seen people who work out daily and, 3 to 4 times a week, weight train? They generally are on the leaner side, because exercise can have a lot of positive impact on your hormones, on your weight loss goals, and it make you feel much better about what you're performing in the gym or even cardio. So exercising, extremely important. From this list is something that is very, very important. It is exercise, and maintain just 3 sessions a week, maybe of weight training, mix it up with cardio, maintain a good schedule, don't get bored, pick up a sport, because after hitting the gym for like 6-7 years, I can tell you it does become boring, and you need to pick up some MMA or some sport and engage in that activity. The fifth most important point is protein and fiber, especially soluble fiber helps you to reduce your cholesterol levels. And protein, better muscle building, higher satiety levels, higher thermic effect of food, more weight loss, and all sorts of good things, especially when it comes to your immunity, skin health, joint health. All those functions are done by protein, and you must consume at least 1 to 1.5 gram per kg of your body weight every single day. And most of you watching this video are consuming 30 gram of protein, and that is something you can immediately change after watching this video. Sixth point is the patience, and if you don't have patience in any walk of your life, you're not going to make it. You have to maintain a sustainable diet plan with self-monitoring, cognitive restraint, exercise. Protein and fiber should be the main component of your diet with high quality carbs, and that is the only way maintaining a calorie deficit. The whole point of this video is maintaining a calorie deficit. And once you do all those 6 points, you will reduce weight and keep it off for a very long time. Thank you for watching this video. Do suggest what topics we should cover next, and we'll go into details about most of these points here, provided we have your support, and show that in the comment section of this video. Thanks for watching again.